Hello everybody. స్టూడెంట్స్ ఒక్కసారి చెప్పండి, నా వాయిస్ వస్తుందా కదా? గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ ఎవ్రీవన్. గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్. హలో ఎవ్రీబడి. స్టూడెంట్స్ ఒక్కసారి చెప్పండి, నా వాయిస్ వస్తుందా కదా? హాయ్ మేడికో ఫిలిక్. గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ ఎవ్రీవన్. గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్. హలో మైత్రి. హలో నందిని. హలో నవ్య. నీట్ కోసం ఫిజిక్స్ గురించి మాట్లాడడం. Students have this experience where a lot of the students tell me that physics ante very difficult chapter, surgery, very difficult subject, and there is also a lot of maths into this. Kani ela study cheyala endukante if at all I had to take the mathematics itself, why would I have gone to this NEET and all this? So I would have taken JEE itself, right? Kani students man andariki telusa, if you're trying to prepare for NEET without preparing for physics, it's not possible, okay? Endukante if you see the total distribution of marks, your biology has somewhere around 360 marks. Okay, so at max, out of these 360, let's say even if you are scoring around 300 marks or 300 plus, whatever it may be, 310 or 320 or 330, let's say in chemistry, you are scoring somewhere around, out of this 180 marks, let's say you are scoring 150 plus. So even if you combine these two subjects, మీ total score ఎంత అంటే it's somewhere around 450. అదే. And to be honest, this score is not enough to, get into the medical field at least. So NEET crack cheyadaniki you must need physics, okay? So physics is a very compulsory topic for you when it comes to NEET. Kani this doesn't mean that physics is very difficult subject. Understanding? Endukante if at all you have this belief in your mind that physics is very difficult, it will not happen from me, chala difficult subject unna physics, then in that scenario, even if Albert Einstein comes and explains you the physics, you will not be scoring good in it. Endukante the manifestation, the positive vibe starts from you itself. There was an experiment that was done, adiki Rosenthal effect anedi pilustaru. So there was this group of psychologists. వాడు ఏం చేశారు అంటే దే హ్యావ్ డిస్ట్రిబ్యూటెడ్ స్టూడెంట్స్ ఆఫ్ అ పర్టిక్యులర్ క్లాస్ ఇంటూ 2 different గ్రూప్స్. సేమ్ స్టూడెంట్స్, సేమ్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్, సేమ్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్ మొత్తం సేమ్ అవుతుంది బోత్ ద గ్రూప్ ఆఫ్ స్టూడెంట్స్. బట్ they have told their teachers that this group of student is very smart and this group of student is very dumb. So ఏమైంది అంటే after 5-6 months the results చూసి the students who were told that they are good, they actually scored very good marks, and those students who were told that they are not good, they actually scored very less mark. So enduku ila ayindi ante the teacher themselves and including the students had this manifestation that this is a good batch of student and this is a bad batch of students. So exact same scenario meetone kuda it happens with you also. Mirror, if you go in front of the mirror, you see yourself, you tell yourself that I am a good person, I am a topper, I am going to score 150, 160 in physics, it is possible, I will do it, whatever happens. The manifestation starts from there itself. and definitely you would be scoring very good marks. Chala baga marks score chestaru meeru. Kani on the other hand, if you start assuming yourself that no, I'm not a good person in physics, array, I can't do it, it's very difficult, it's very tough, in that scenario, you would never score a good score. So the basic thing that I want all of you to remember from now onwards is the positive manifestation. So ఎప్పుడు కూడా ఈ క్లాస్లో కూర్చుంటే you have to be very positive towards yourself. Physics is a very easy topic, you know. ఇది చాలా misunderstanding. The physics is a very difficult subject అంటే it is the biggest misunderstanding that the people do. ఎందుకంటే you just observe the whole scenario. సో ఈ మొత్తం సినారియోకి ఎగ్జామ్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూతోనే అబ్జర్వ్ చేద్దాం స్టూడెంట్స్. సో యూ గెట్ రఫ్లీ అరౌండ్ 50 questions కదా. సో అవుట్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ 50 questions, you have to attempt any 45 of the questions. A 45 questions you have to attempt in 1 hour అంటే 60 minutes. సో స్టూడెంట్స్ మీకు 60 minutesలో ఈ 45 questions-కి అటెంప్ట్ చేయాలా. Average time calculate cheste, you will be getting average time for each question is around 60 divided by 45, that is equals to 4/3, roughly around 1.5 minutes. So Sarji, the time is very less. Then how would I read this question in 1.5 minutes? How would I understand? How would I apply the concept? How would I do the calculation? How would I come to the final answer? So these are all the steps that you have to do. కానీ స్టూడెంట్స్, ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ ద ఓన్లీ వన్ సైడెడ్ సినారియో. మీరు ఎగ్జామినర్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూ, ఇఫ్ యూ థింక్ ఫ్రమ్ ద ఎగ్జామినర్స్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూ ఆల్సో, దే విల్ నాట్ గోనా ఆస్క్ యూ వెరీ డిఫికల్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ ఇన్ జస్ట్ 1.5 minutes టైం. అర్థం వచ్చింది? సో ద క్వశ్చన్స్ విల్ ఆల్సో బీ ఇన్ అ సిమిలర్ రేంజ్ దట్ యూ వుడ్ బీ ఈజీలీ ఏబుల్ టు అటెంప్ట్ ఆల్ దీస్ క్వశ్చన్స్. అర్థమైంది? లెట్ మీ జస్ట్ సీ వాట్ యూ గైస్ ఆర్ టైపింగ్ రే. Good. Yeah. So students, as I said, the first thing that you would be getting from these lectures would be a confident approach. Confident behavior, of a positive mindset undale. Then and only then you would be able to go towards a bright future. This is known as the subconscious mind and all these things. The psychological people, they are, we are very much into it, all of these things. But you see, the step 1 that starts from the beginning itself is a positive manifestation. Dan tarvata, whenever you're sitting into the classroom, you must be having all the formulas in your hands. So మీ దగ్గర ఒక ఫార్ములా షీట్ ఉండాలి all the times. I'm telling you all the times. ఎందుకంటే if you are sitting in the examination hall doing all those lengthy derivations, చాలా టైం వేస్ట్ అవుతుంది. So for example, if I say you, నా దగ్గర ఒక Atwood's machine ఉంది, this is the pulley, this is my mass M1 and this is my mass M2. సో ఈ సిస్టమ్కి యాక్సిలరేషన్ ఏమవుతుంది అంటే యూ కెనాట్ డూ ద బేసిక్స్ అండ్ యూ కెనాట్ డూ ఆల్ దోస్ డెరివేషన్స్. ఓకే, సో మీ దగ్గర యూ మస్ట్ రిమెంబర్ ద ఫార్ములా దట్ ద యాక్సిలరేషన్ ఆఫ్ ద సిస్టమ్ ఈస్ m2 minus m1 డివైడెడ్ బై m1 plus m2 into g. అదే ఈ ఫార్ములా ఇఫ్ యూ డైరెక్ట్లీ రిమెంబర్ ఇట్, సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేయండి, ఫైనల్ ఆన్సర్ విల్ కమ్, సబ్స్టిట్యూట్, టికెట్ అండ్ దాట్స్ ఇట్. ద క్వశ్చన్ ఈస్ డెడ్ ఫర్ యూ. Similarly, if I tell you about the tension in this system, you must be remembering all these formulas, 2m1 m2 divided by m1 plus m2 into g. If you don't have these formulas in your hands, the first thing, modati thing that you will be doing is to make a proper formula sheet. Our sheet lo, all these types of formulas must be available. You stick that sheet towards your bed whenever you are going to sleep. Okasari observe cheyandi aa formulas ki. It will automatically get by hearted. But don't mug up the things. I've told you multiple times also. I don't know how many of you are there in the Arjuna batch. Don't mug up the things. Just formula mug up cheste, you would not be able to get the idea of it. Endukante you also have to have the information about those formulas. Sir, when is this formula valid ante ee condition ki malli koncham conditions undale. For example, the pulley should be smooth and frictionless. If the pulley is not smooth, the acceleration will not be this. I'm just telling you from the basic perspectives, okay? Don't think that sir is going much into details on the first lecture itself. At the same time, students observe cheyandi. It's a very tiny and minute thing that you have to observe. NEET లో ఉంటే మొత్తం చాప్టర్స్ కి వెయిటేజ్ చూస్తే, I've told you in the last class also, I'm telling you now also, there are only 2 branches in physics that carry more than 50% of the weightage in the final examination. So branches enti ante, the first branch is mechanics. Idi na 10 years ki observation. Mechanics ki weightage enta ante, it's approximately around 30% of the weightage in the NEET examination. Mechanics tarvata, the next important branch is electrodynamics. Even for this electrodynamics, there is 30% of the weightage. So mechanics lo AM chapters unnai sarji ante, the first chapter that starts in your mechanics is the basics of mathematics. After that, the immediate next chapter you have is units and dimensions. ఆ తర్వాత you have something known as vectors. Then you have, come on, tell me, kinematics kada. Kinematics lo kuda there is 2 types of kinematics. Kinematics 1D and 2D. After that you have Newton's laws of motion. Dan tarvata you have friction. Friction అయిపోయి you immediately will enter into work, power and energy. After work, power, energy, you would be having uniform circular motion. After uniform circular motion, there is this rotational dynamics. After rotational dynamics, you would be having something known as center of mass, and then you have gravitation, and then you have fluids. So students, if you want, I can cover all these topics from the basic itself. Kani we have to be very fast. We cannot waste time in each and every concept, explaining each and every derivation. Even for that, students, naku me 100% attendance kavale. If at all your attendance is very decent, then and only then, if you are done with one of the topics, the next topic would be understandable for you. If your attendance is not good, that means whatever you do, you will be going to miss a lot of the things. Electrodynamics law, roughly I'm telling you, starts from electrostatics, goes to current electricity, then tarvata capacitors, then you have magnetism, then you have electromagnetic induction, and then alternating currents. So akkada 6 chapters and all these chapters over here. Even if you prepare this much, students, observe cheyandi. It's a very important observation that I have done from past years. Even if you complete 60% of the syllabus in a very decent manner, that means you remember each and every formula. That means you can solve multiple amount of questions into these chapters. Your 60% physics is going to get completed. కానీ స్టూడెంట్స్ జేఈ అండ్ నీట్లో డిఫరెన్స్, చాలా పెద్ద డిఫరెన్స్ ఏంటి అంటే, జేఈ స్టూడెంట్స్ డు నాట్ ప్రిపేర్ ఆర్ కంప్లీట్ ద ఫుల్ సిలబస్. ఈవెన్ ఇఫ్ దే ఆర్ నాట్ ప్రిపేరింగ్ ద కంప్లీట్ సిలబస్, దట్ ఈస్ స్టిల్ గుడ్ ఫర్ దెమ్. కానీ మీకోసం ఆ ఐడియల్ సిచ్యువేషన్ కాదు. You have to have the full syllabus in your hands before going in the examination hall. So let's imagine మొత్తం సిలబస్ నుంచి, even if you are doing 70% of the syllabus in a very strict and in a very decent manner, our remaining 30% syllabus ki, even if you are just remembering the formulas, that would be more than sufficient for your NEET examination. remember, the paper will be easier than you are thinking. But our kosam, you have to complete at least 70% of the syllabus with a very disciplined way. ఈ 70% syllabus ki complete cheste, you will automatically get the confidence of how to further move and how to do the things in a proper way. Once that is done, students, my goal in these sessions would be, okay, first of all, let me tell you the timings of the session. So, ee class ki timings, on Monday, we would be having the class from 7 p.m. and it might go till 9:30 or even 10 p.m. On Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the timing would be around 6 p.m. and it would be somewhere around 8:30 or 8:15, you can say. And on Friday again, you would be having the same time, 7 p.m. nunchi start cheddam, and the finishing time would be somewhere around 9:30 or 10 p.m. On Saturday, ade the same timing, 6 p.m. nunchi start cheddam, and it will end at somewhere around 8:15 p.m. So these are the timings of our physics class. With that being said, students, I will just tell you the brief flow how would be moving. So now there are two different options are there. The first option is I should prepare class 11 syllabus first and then I move to class 12. First year, second year, or we can take the mixed chapters from both the syllabus. Kani observe cheyandi, I would be only targeting, because endukante you don't have much time left for your examination. Your examination would be in the first Saturday of May itself, right? So roughly 5-6 months untundi kada. So ee time lo I will only be, my prime and my priority would be towards the two subjects or two subtopics only. If I am doing from class 11th, I am only targeting mechanics. And if I am doing from class 12th point of view, I am only going to target electrodynamics. Ide na highest priority, electrodynamics. Yeah. So these are my highest priority topics. E topics finish chesi, if we have some time, then we can move towards the other topics. What are the other topics? Waves, SHM, then heat and thermodynamics, and modern physics. Modern physics guda chala, it keeps a huge significance. So na recommendation would be you do it by yourself parallelly by reading some books or any other resource. Kani, if once we are done with these two subtopics, my next goal would be I would be starting with the modern physics. Okay. Now it depends all upon you, students, how the flow should be kept. You want me to do only class 11th or you want me to do both the classes simultaneously? Okay. Okay. Mottam cheppi, students, I think we can go for our first most chapter in physics. Okay. And the name of that chapter is Basics of Mathematics. Students, lecture, when you are sitting for this lecture, I am not expecting you to have a huge knowledge about mathematics or something. Even if you know basics of addition or subtraction, that would be sufficient. Our information tone we can start this session, and the first thing that I want you all to have a positive approach towards yourself. Remember, students, I'm requesting all of you, whenever you are studying physics, sit with a positive approach, with a positive mindset that you will do something real. Okay, once you have that manifestation from yourself, you can do miracles. Ardhamaindi? Okay, so start cheddam, students. Basics of mathematics. So Sarji, basics of mathematics ante we would be learning around 1 plus 1 equals to 2 or 1 plus 2 equals to 3. So this is the flow, students. So I am adopting this flow. Initially we will see about indices and fraction. ఆ తర్వాత roots and surds గురించి చూద్దాం. Once the roots and surds is over, we will see about the mensuration. Mensuration ante area and volume or perimeter also. So in mensuration you have a lot of different formulas for calculating areas and the volumes, okay? దాని తర్వాత we will be moving towards the equations. Equations ante linear equations in one variable, linear equations in two variables, quadratic equations. Equations అయిపోయిన తర్వాత we will be moving towards the logarithm part. And after logarithm, ratio and proportion, this I would say to be important part for your NEET. ఎందుకంటే a big chunk of the question is usually being asked from ratio. So ratio ku, if you're doing master in this ratio and proportion, things become much more simplified. Then decimals and powers. After that, students, I can say that the major area of interest would be these chapters. And I want you to focus on basic trigonometry, compound angles, graphs and equations, differentiation and dan tarvata integration. ఈ basics of mathematics chapter అయిపోయి తర్వాత we would be moving from units and dimensions, or if you want electrostatics, ఏదైనా మీకు కావాలి, we can do that as well, okay? Okay students, so start చేద్దాం. Addition of fractions. So I have tried my best to keep the syllabus as per your NEET pattern, okay? And I am also attaching the previous year questions in order to have some brief or some idea about these topics. So addition of fractions ante emaitidi sir ji, na daggara two fractions undi. The first fraction is a upon b and I am adding this with c upon d. Ela add cheyale? So I can simply do this cross multiplication. So you can say a into d plus undi, so therefore I am writing plus here itself, and you do b in cross multiplication, b into c divided by cross multiplication of denominator into the denominator itself. So it's going to be b into d itself. Examples chuddam students. So question number 1 is 2 by 3 plus let's say 3 by 4. So ela solve chestaru ante you should just do it 2 into 4 plus 3 into 3 divided by 3 into 4. So it's come out to be 8 plus 9 divided by 12, and 8 plus 19 is 17 divided by 12. Students, denominator same aithe emaitadi? So the question number 2 that I am having is 1 by 4 plus 3 by 4. Ee case lo denominator similar kada, so you can directly add the numerators. You will be getting 1 plus 3 divided by 4 itself, so that is 4 upon 4, cancel cheyandi, you will be left with 1 itself. So this is the addition of fraction. I hope all of you have the brief idea about it. So here is the question, students, observe cheyandi, and let's see how many of you can solve these questions. Ekkada nenu hand kuda rasanu. Question ku read cheyandi carefully ga. The equivalent capacitance of the capacitor 3 microfarad and 6 microfarad connected in series is dash. Application based kada. So you can simply say 1 upon C effective is equals to, it is the formula in the capacitors. So 1 upon C1 plus 1 upon C2. Substitute change the student C1 and C2 ki value emaitadi 1 upon 3 microfarad plus 1 upon 6 microfarad. Kada? So simplify cheste, it comes out to be 6 plus 6 into 1 plus 3 into 1 divided by 3 into 6. So ide 1 upon C net ki value. అక్కడ నుంచి సింప్లిఫై చేస్తే ఐ విల్ బి గెటింగ్ 1 upon C net is equals to 6 plus 3 divided by 18. So that is 9 upon 18. So I can simply say C net is equals to invert cheyandi. So it comes out to be 18 upon 9, that equals to 2 microfarad. So ide the net capacitance between the two capacitors. So students, I have also tried to include the homework page into the slides. ఈ homework questions ki you don't touch them when you are in the class itself. ఈ class అయిపోయి తర్వాత, once this class is over, you take this PPT, you take this notes and you start doing your homework questions. అర్థమైంది? So I am writing some homework questions to you. The first question is, I have to say 3 upon 7 plus 7 upon 3. Rendudo if the net capacitance of 3 microfarad and 4 microfarad. Okay, let's do one thing. Three microfarad and an unknown resistor or unknown capacitor is 1 upon 2 microfarad. Find question number 3. Here I am writing 1 upon 2 plus 2 upon 3 plus 3 upon 4 ki value and I can simply say the question number 4 as if 3 resistors of 2 ohm, 3 ohm and 4 ohm are connected in parallel, the net resistance would be dash. Students, ekkada nunchi hint kuda, so I am giving hint as 1 upon C net is equals to 1 upon C1 plus 1 upon C2. Ekkada 1 upon R net can be written as 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. So I have also given you the hints for this. So let's come upon the subtraction of the vectors, students. It is very similar to the addition, okay? Only instead of plus there is this minus sign. So I'm not taking much time into it. So I hope you know all of these things, right? So let's say 1 upon 2 minus 1 upon 4. Students, when you're comparing the fractions also, you have to understand m fraction peddaga, m fraction chinnaga untadi. So I can simply see and observe that since 1 by 2 is bigger and 1 by 4 is a smaller fraction, kada? So the subtraction is going to be positive. So sir, ela compare cheyali all these things? You can do it by yourself. Okay, I'm not there to feed you, na. Anyways, so 1 by 2 minus 1 by 4 was my question, kada? Do the cross multiplication. So it comes out to be 4 minus 2. It's 2 divided by 4 into 2 becomes 8. So 2 upon 8 is 1 by 4. Students, my goal is not to teach you all these things. Okay, na goal e questions nunchi ante I have to make your calculations very fast. So ఎప్పుడైనా you are solving the questions, make sure that you are doing the calculation as fast as possible. So let's check the speeds initially, students. Let's take a random number 7 by 5 minus 2 by 3. So if at all I have to solve this question, I'll simply do 21 minus 10, 11 divided by 15. Ade. Next one, students. Parallel combination of resistance gives the net resistor of 3 over 5 ohm. If one of the resistor is 2 ohm, the value of the other resistance. This is the question. I want you to attempt it by yourself. Nene meeku 2 minutes istunnaru. Attempt cheyandi. Once it is attempted, then we can move towards the next part. Okay, so solve cheddam, students. I can simply give the net resistance is 3 by 5. Formula 1 upon R net is equals to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. Substitute cheyandi. 1 upon R net is 3 upon 5 kada. So I'm simply having the value of R net is 3 by 5. So students, if the value of R net is 3 by 5, I can simply write 1 upon R net is 5 divided by 3. It is equals to 1 upon R1. R1 ki value enti ante it is 2 ohms kada. So substitute cheyandi. So 1 upon 2 plus 1 upon R2. So ekkadi nunchi you will be getting 1 upon R2 is equals to, so 1 upon R2 is equals to 5 upon 3 minus 1 upon 2 kada. So substitute change, 10 minus 3 is 7 divided by 6. So 1 upon R2 is 7 by 6. You can simply do invert and you can say R2 is equals to 6 by 7 ohm. So this is the value of unknown resistance. Raskondi question. If the sum of three numbers 1 by 2, 2 by 3, x is 1, find x. Chala, it is sufficient, okay? So students, ఇప్పుడు multiplication of fraction గురించి చూద్దాం. So while multiplying, there is no condition to do the cross product of numerator with denominator, denominator with the numerator, okay? So you can simply multiply numerator with numerator and denominator ki denominator tone multiply cheyochu. So I can simply say, for example, I am having 3 by 5 times of 2 by 6. So multiply cheyadaniki, you have to multiply 3 with 2 and 5 with 6, it comes out to be 6 divided by 30. If you want to simplify, simplify, or else you can simplify it from this point also. 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6, this 2 gets cancelled, so it's anyhow coming to be 1 by 5. ఇక్కడ observe చేయండి students, if the denominator and numerator is the same, it comes out to be 1 itself. I want you to write the homework question, okay? If the density of a planet is 1 by 4 into 10 to the power 3. Don't take it as planet, okay? If the density of an object so you can simply write, students, ikkada nennu hint kuda rastunnaru, hint is equals to, you can simply say hint is given as density is equals to mass upon volume kada. So ekkada nunchi you can simply say mass is equals to density into volume. Substitute cheyandi, solve cheyandi questions ki. Okay, next students, division of fractions. So Sarji, division of fraction can be done in two different ways. So నా దగ్గర two different fractions ఉంటే, let's say I have first fraction a is equals to 1 by 2. Let's say I have the second fraction b is equals to 3 by 4. So Sarji, ఎలా డివైడ్ చేస్తారు అంటే, I have to find the value of a by b. Substitute చేయండి, I'll be left with 1 by 2 divided by 3 by 4 kada. So students, ఈ scenario, when you have numerator then numerator of the denominator also. ఎక్కడ చూడండి, 1 is the numerator of the numerator, 3 is the numerator of the denominator. So ఈ scenario, you just do the reverse, okay? So it comes out to be 1 by 2. 1 by 2 ku as it is raste, this 3 by 4 will get inverted. So it comes out to be into divide 4 by 3. I hope you are understanding this, okay? So simplify cheste, 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, 1 into 2 becomes 2 itself and 3 into 1 becomes 3 itself. So students, 1 by 2 divided by 3 by 4 is coming out to be 2 by 3. Kani, if you have this sort of question, let's say you have a is equals to 1 by 2 and you have b is equals to simply equals to 3. ఏ సినారియోలో A by B కి వాల్యూ అడిగితే how would you do? You simply substitute. So it is coming out to be 1 by 2 divided by 3 itself. So sir, ఎలా సాల్వ్ చేయాలా ఇప్పుడు? Students, this 3 can be written as 3 by 1 కదా. Difference observe చేయండి. In this scenario, there were 4 perfect numbers. This is the first number, this is the second one, this is the third number, this is the fourth number. 4 numbers ki untai, you can simply reverse the denominator and you can multiply with the numerator. Kani ee scenario, you just have 3 numbers, first one, second one, third one. So 3 numbers unte, you have to introduce the fourth number by yourself. Ela introduce chestaru ante, this 3 could be written as 3 by 1 kada. Now do the same thing. Invert into cheyandi. So it comes out to be 1 by 2 into 3 by 1. So that comes out to be 3 by 2. So this was my first case. Now second case, low students. Let's imagine I have the value of A as simply 2 and I have the value of B as 3 upon 4. Ippudu I have to find the value of A divided by B. Ela solve chestaru sarji? So to solve these type of questions, you can simply substitute the value of A and you can simply substitute the value of B. Ekkada kuda observe cheyandi students. Here also I just have 3 numbers. Kani this and this are not the same. Yeah, you will be get confused, okay? This and this are not same. Idi vere untai, idi vere untai. So to solve this question, students, it's a very simple form. You are only obliged to see the denominator part. So ekkada denominator observe cheste, you have 3 by 4 kada. Perfect fraction in the denominator itself. Ekkada denominator choose, you have 3 by 1. You observe the denominator here also. You have 3 by 4, right? Invert change. You're left with 2 into 4 by 3. So 2 could be also written as 2 by 1, Sarji. I am multiplying this 2 with this 4, coming out as 8. 3 into 1 coming out as 3 itself. So students, if at all I have 2 by 3 by 4, it comes out to be 8 by 3. Kani, how should I give it? Okay. I think I will be needing one more slide. Okay. Students, observe cheyandi, I have 2 different ratios. The first ratio tells me about A is equals to 2 and B is equals to 3 by 4. Second case low, I have the value of A is equals to 2 by 3 and I have the value of B is equals to 4. In rendu scenario, I have to calculate the value of A by B. Here also I have to calculate the value of A by B. Not same, okay? The value is not same in both the scenarios. It will be different. So solve cheyadaniki, you substitute the value. Instead of A, you are going to put 2 divided by, instead of B, you are going to put 3 by 4 kada. Ade invert cheyandi, denominator ki multiply chesi answer ostadi. So it comes out to be 2 into 4 by 3. It comes out to be 8 by 3. Understood, sir? Done. Ekkada you have to write the value of A as 2 by 3 and you have to write the value of B as 4. So A scenario lo, the answer is not going to be the same as earlier one. So A scenario lo denominator ki chudandi. Denominator is not a perfect fraction kada. So you have to make it a perfect fraction. Ela chestaru? Introduce extra one. Ade. Once you are done with this, do the same thing. Denominator ki reverse cheyandi. So you are left with 2 by 3 into 1 by 4 kada. So it comes out to be 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4 and this is 1 upon 6, 1 upon 6 ostundi. So observe students. If I have 2 divided by 3 by 4, or I should write like this, right? 2 divided by 3 by 4, what is the value? 8 by 3. Kani ee scenario lo, if I have the value of 2 by 3 divided by 4, the answer is coming out to 1 by 6. Same kadu, it's not the same, nana, okay? So let's take a question over here. If the acceleration due to gravity due to Earth is small g, then the acceleration gravity for a planet whose density and radius is twice that of Earth would be dash. Hint raskondi, hint is the value of g is equals to gm by r square. Substitute cheyandi, one more hint is given to you, density is equals to mass by volume. So ekkad nunchi you simply write for the normal condition if the acceleration due to gravity of earth is g. So earth ki acceleration due to gravity g ante substitute cheyandi formula lo. So g times of mass of earth divided by radius of earth ki whole square, it is coming out as g. Kani, we are not asked about earth itself, it is asking us about a different planet. What is it saying? Acceleration due to gravity for a planet whose density and radius are twice that of earth. So students, ekkad nunchi you can simply say density of the planet is equals to 2 times density of earth. Na first condition ochindi. Talking about the second condition, radius is also double kada. So you can also say radius of planet would also be equals to 2 times the radius of earth. ఈ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ కి రాస్తే స్టూడెంట్స్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ ద వాల్యూస్ ఇన్ టు ద ఈక్వేషన్స్. సో ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ క్యాల్కులేట్ మాస్ క్యాల్కులేట్ చేయండి స్టూడెంట్స్. మాస్ క్యాల్కులేట్ చేయడానికి యూ హ్యావ్ టు సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ మాస్ ఇస్ ఈక్వల్స్ టు డెన్సిటీ ఇంటూ వాల్యూమ్. సో మాస్ ఆఫ్ ద ప్లానెట్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్స్ టు డెన్సిటీ ఆఫ్ ద ప్లానెట్ టైమ్స్ వాల్యూమ్ ఆఫ్ ద ప్లానెట్ వస్తుంది. సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేయండి. డెన్సిటీ ఆఫ్ ప్లానెట్ ఎంత? డెన్సిటీ ఆఫ్ ప్లానెట్ ఇస్ 2 times డెన్సిటీ ఆఫ్ ఎర్త్. So it is coming out as 2 times density of earth into volume of planet. What is the formula for volume? ఇంకొక hint రాసుకోండి ఇక్కడ. I forgot to give you one more hint. Volume is equals to 4/3 pi times of r squared. So these are the 3 hints that you required. So substitute చేస్తే density I have written it, volume I have to write it. So it comes out to be 4/3 pi times of radius of planet squared kada. So rp ki squared. Kani students, radius of planet enta? 2 times radius of earth, right? Substitute cheste 4/3 pi 2 times radius of earth whole squared. So this is the mass of planet. ఈ మాస్ కి స్మాల్ g కి ఫార్ములాలో సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేయండి స్టూడెంట్స్. సో ఐ విల్ సింప్లీ గెట్ g ఆఫ్ ప్లానెట్ ఇస్ ఈక్వల్స్ టు క్యాపిటల్ G ఇంటూ మాస్ ఆఫ్ ప్లానెట్ డివైడెడ్ బై రేడియస్ ఆఫ్ ప్లానెట్ కి స్క్వేర్డ్. కరెక్ట్ కదా ఫార్ములా కూడా? సో సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేయండి. g is g itself, mass of the planet is coming out to be this much of quantity. So it comes 2 times of density of earth into 4/3 pi times of 2, okay, square kuda cheyandi. So I'm squaring this also students. So I'll be left with 4/3 into 4 times radius of earth whole squared. So divided by radius of planet square kada. So radius of planet is also equals to 2 times of radius of earth whole squared. So 2 times radius of earth, 2 times of radius of earth gets cancelled. What you are left with? Oh, I'm sorry Ra. I think I did a mistake. So it should be 3, right? It should not be 2. So if it's 3, what's happening re baba? 2 radius of earth kada. Substitute chesti, this 2 and this 2 gets cancelled. So I'm left with g into 2 times density of earth into 4/3 into pi into radius of earth into 2. So this is coming out to be g of the planet. ఎక్కడి నుంచి g of earth calculate చేసి g into mass of earth అంటే density of earth into volume of earth 4/3 pi re cube divided by radius of earth squared. Simplify chesi, you will be left with g times of rho times of 4/3 times of pi times of radius of earth. You compare cheyandi students. Now compare cheste, g is there, g is there. Rho is there, rho is there. 4/3 pi re is there, 4/3 pi re is there. What is extra term that I am getting? This 2 and this 2. So that means I can simply say g of planet is equals to 4 times g of earth. Ade. If you understood, well and good. If you don't understand, leave it for now, okay? Okay students, observe cheyandi formula lo. The resistance of a wire is R. If the length and the radius of the wire is doubled, the new resistance becomes what? So the resistance ki formula, rho L upon A. I have given you as the hint itself. Students, new resistance comes out to be rho. What is change? 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 Length and radius of the wire is doubled, kada? So the length of the wire is double the original length of the wire. So I can simply say new length is equals to 2 times original length L. And I can say new radius new radius is equals to 2 times of radius old. Ekkad nunchi students, if you are assuming that the wire is in a cylindrical shape, you can simply say, come on, tell me, area enta? Area is equals to pi r square, kada? So students, substitute cheyandi, r initial or r original is equals to rho times length upon area. Ekkad nunchi substitute cheste, new resistance is equals to rho into new length divided by new area. Rho into what is new length, students? New length is 2 times L divided by what is the new area? New area is pi into radius squared. Radius is 2 times r square cheyandi, you will be left with 4 pi r squared. This 2 ones are 2, 2 2s are 4. You will be left with rho into L divided by 2 pi r squared. So ekkada substitute cheste rho into L divided by pi r squared. Students, initial resistance is rho L by pi r squared. Final resistance is rho L by 2 pi r squared. So can I simply say that net resistance is equals to initial resistance Ri divided by 2. Adi. So the resistance gets decreased by a factor of 2. Next, I will have to give you some homework, kada? Okay. So for homework, students, let's take some questions. First one scenario is, if I have to give for division of vectors also, for multiplication of vectors also. Okay. So if A is equals to 2 by 3, B is equals to 4 upon 6, the value of A by B plus minus B by A divided by, let's say, A is equals to what? E questions ko solve cheste, I believe your entire fractions would be completed. So students, unnaru kada andariki, a reply cheyandi ra tvorga. Are you saying something, guys? Am I audible to you? Yeah, the next topic, students, indices and powers, kada? Multiplication, division having the same base. So there is this identity, A to the power m and you can also say for division ela apply cheyali. So the question that I am taking for this would be, this is the first one, and this would be the second question. You can say 1 by 2 to the power 4 divided by 1 by 2 to the power 3 by 4. Ekkada students, since there is the multiplication of the factors or the same base, you can simply add the powers kada. So akkad nunchi I am writing 4 by 3 to the power 1 by 2 plus 3 by 4. Simplify cheste it comes out to be 4 by 3 to the power. Now cross multiply. Emaitadi 4 plus 6 10 divided by 8 kada. So it is coming out to be 4 by 3 to the power 5 by 4. ఈ సినారియోలో సాల్వ్ చేస్తే I'll be having 1 by 2 to the power 4 minus 3 by 4. Simplify cheste it's 1 by 2 to the power 16 minus 3 is 13 divided by 4 itself. I think okay, negative power to the positive power conversion cheyali ippudu. So how would we convert? There is this identity a to the power minus m. A to the power minus m could also be written as 1 upon a to the power m. Similarly, you can also write a to the power m as 1 upon a to the power minus m. So the best application of this 2 by 3 to the power 3 by 2 would be 1 by 2 by 3 to the power minus 3 by 2. So students, ఈ 1 by 2 by 3 to the power minus 3 by 2 కు simplify చేస్తే ఏమొస్తుంది అంటే you can simply say 2 by 3 to the power 3 by 2 is also equals to 3 by 2 to the power minus 3 by 2. I hope you are getting till this point, right? Similarly, if you are told to calculate 3 by 2 to the power 3 by 2, you can also say invert change, just invert it, because 1 by a to the power m would be the invert of the fraction itself kada. So it will be left with 2 by 3 to the power minus 3 by 2 ade. Correct? Now students, indices గురించి మాట్లాడతాం. The first identity would be squares of two numbers. So I can write a plus b q whole square is equals to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Similarly, a minus b whole square can also be written as a square minus 2ab plus b square. At the same time, students, you can also write a plus b into a minus b is equals to a square minus b square. Ekkada kuda you can also say a plus b plus c whole square can be written as a square plus b square plus c square plus 2ab plus 2bc plus 2ac. If you have any negative term associated, you can simply say it is a squared plus b square plus c square. B tone negative kada, so wherever b is coming you should write negative terminology with that. So 2ab lo b untai, b is negative, so I am writing minus 2ab. 2bc lo kuda b is there, b sign is negative, and again I am writing minus 2bc. Kani 2ac lo b is not there, so I can simply write plus 2ac. And let's take one more scenario. A minus b minus c whole square is equals to a square plus b square plus c square minus 2ab minus, okay, it should be plus 2bc minus 2ac. So these are the identities for the squares. I want all of you to by heart these identities, okay? Okay, let's discuss about the examples now. Okay, చెప్పండి students. So 3x whole square kada, a plus b whole square format is there. So you can simply say a plus b whole square is a whole square plus b square plus 2 into a into b. So it comes out to be 9x square plus 16 plus 2 3s are 4, 4 4s are 16x. So this is the answer for this. Ekkada observe cheyandi students, it is in the standard form of a plus b into a minus b kada. Solve cheyandi. A plus b into a minus b simply comes out to be a square minus b squared. So this is equals to x squared minus 9. A scenario lo chudandi, you have multiplication of 3 different terms, right? So how would you multiply all 3 of them? Is it is a plus b plus c into whatever it means. Okay, I'll just convert this form, just a minute. So instead of this 4, here should be plus 3. So AM form, correct, right? Yeah, correct. So what form is this? Is it is a plus b plus c into a minus b plus c. What is the answer for this, Sarji? So it comes out to be a squared plus b squared plus c squared minus 2ab minus 2bc plus 2ac. Compare cheyandi. Compare cheste you will be getting a as x, b as y, c as 3. So it's gonna be x squared plus y squared plus 9 minus 3 minus it should be xy, right? So it comes out to be minus xy minus 6y, and it should be plus 2ac kada. So it comes out to be plus 6x. So this is the multiplication of the 3 different terminologies. Coming to homework again. You all must be telling Ray how much homework you are offering to us. Okay. So students, the first question that I'm giving for your homework is x plus y plus z ki square calculate cheyandi. The second question is x plus 4 into x plus 3. Okay. The third question that you'll be left with is x minus 3 into x plus 3 into x square minus 9 into x to power 4 minus 81. I believe this would be sufficient. Okay. Cubes. So the first identity for cube, students, I am writing here. A plus b ki whole cube comes out to be a cube plus b cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab squared. Okay. The second one should be a minus b ki whole cube. So it should be a cube minus 3a square b plus 3ab square minus b cube. So if you remember these much identities for cubes, that would be more than sufficient. Okay. Let's take some examples based on this. So now this is the question, 3x plus 5 ki whole cube, Nana. How would you write it? You can simply say this is equals to a cube plus b cube plus 3 into a square into b plus 3 into a into b squared. So that comes to be 27x cube plus 5 cube is 125 plus 9 5s are 45, 3. 45 into 3, right? What is 45 into 3? 135 plus 25 into 9, 225. Ade. Similarly, you can also say x minus 2 whole cube is equals to a cube ante x cube minus 3a square b ante it's gonna be 6x square plus 3ab square is coming out to be, come on tell me, it's gonna be 12x and it is coming out to be minus 8 as it is. So students, your calculation must be very strong, okay? I have deliberately kept this homework part for all of you, okay, so that you do it by yourself, because I am writing all the questions I am attending over here. That's a different thing. Kani meeru personal ga attempt cheste, you will be getting some grip over the ideas, okay? So for homework, I'll say the first question as find the value of x plus 2y plus 3z into x minus 2y plus 3z. Rendu the question lo, I will have x plus 3 whole cube plus x plus 2 whole cube third scenario lo I'm writing the question x plus 2 into x minus 2 into x square plus 4. That would be sufficient. Fourth scenario, I can simply say 2x minus 4 whole cube. So this was all about the cubes of the numbers, students. Okay. Ippade we will talk something about the roots. So Sarji, I have different types of roots and I can express them in also the form of powers also. Kani, let's start from the square root. So sir, square root of a can also be written as a to the power 1 by 2. Similarly, I can also write cube root of a is equals to a to the power 1 by 3. Fourth root of a is equals to a to the power 1 by 4 and so on so forth. You can do it n number of times. So students, if at all I am asking you the value of 1 by 125 to the power 1 by 3, ఏమొస్తది అంటే you can apply whatever you want to apply. So I can simply say 1 over 125 to the power 1 by 3 is simply equals to 1 to the power 1 by 3 divided by 125 to the power 1 by 3. Simplify cheste 1 to the power 1 by 3 1 ostundi, 125 ki power 1 by 3 ante 5 ostundi. So you can simply say 1 by 125 ki power 1 by 3 is 1 by 5, or else you can also say 125 ki power minus 1 by 3 is also equals to 1 by 5. Ade all means the same. I hope you are understanding till this points. So students, మీ హోంవర్క్ ఏంటి అంటే అదే స్క్వేర్స్ అండ్ స్క్వేర్ రూట్స్ కూడా రే. సో ఆల్సో యూ హ్యావ్ టు రిమెంబర్. Right? Today we have to talk about multiplication and division of the roots. So students, for example, let's say I have root of a into root of b. The answer for this comes out to be root of a into b. Vere roots unte emaitadi ante, let's say I have cube root of a into fourth root of b. In scenario lo I cannot do the multiplication of the roots. Endukante roots vere unnai, powers kuda vere untundi. So it is as if telling a to the power 1 by 3 into b to the power 1 by 4. We cannot proceed further from this part. Okay? Kani base same unte, if I am telling you that I have to find cube root of a into fourth root of a. A scenario lo the internal number a is the same. So before solving the question, మీరు ఈ roots కి power కి form లో transform చేయండి. So I can simply say it is equals to a to the power 1 by 3 into a to the power 1 by 4. Since the base is same, students, we have just seen the identity. When the base is the same, you can simply add the powers. So it is 1 by 3 plus 1 by 4 ante a to the power of 7 upon 12. So you can also write it as equals to 7th or 12th root of a to the power 7. So students, ekkad nunchi you remember a to the power p upon q could also be written as, so e p ante power, e q ante root number. So you can simply say it is qth root of a to the power p. This is the situation or this scenario. Forward, well done students, you also have some homework, right? So I'm giving you the homework as 1 by 16 to the power 1 by 2 into 1 by 125 to the power 1 by 3. Second scenario lo, you have 8 to the power 2 by 3 into 27 to the power 4 by 3. Third question, let's say 16 to the power 2 by 3 into 4 to the power 8 by 7. You can do it for your homework question, students, okay? Surds. So, ఇప్పుడే మనం addition and subtraction of surds గురించి మాట్లాడతాం. రే బాబు అబ్జర్వ్ చేయండి రా ఇక్కడ. So, you can simply say surd అంటే it is a number that has integer and at the same time the root attached as its tail to it. So, ఈ కేసులో surd అంటే ఏంటి అంటే you have a number also and you have a root also. A root B ko we can call it as surd. So, example తీసుకోవాలంటే you can simply say 2 root 3 ఇది ఒక surd ఉంటుంది. Similarly, if you have to do the addition and subtraction of the surds, ఒకటే condition మాత్రమే. What the condition అంటే this part of the surd or the tail of the surd should be same. So, for example, let's say I have one number a is equals to 2 root 6 and I have another number b is equals to 3 root 6. ఈ numbers కి యాడ్ చేయాలంటే you have to see if their tails are same or their tails are different. Same tails unte you can add it. Where tails unte you cannot add the two numbers. So here since it is same, so you can simply say a plus b is 2 root 6 plus 3 root 6. And you can simply add 2 plus 3 becomes 5 and it comes out to be 5 root 6. Next scenario lo students, if at all I have to subtract the surds example. So let's say I have surd a is equals to, I'm calling it as 3 root 7 and I'm calling the next surd b as equals to 2 root 7. Subtract cheyadaniki you can simply say a minus b is 3 root 7 minus 2 root 7. Since the roots are the same, you can simply subtract it and answer comes out to be 1 root 7 or root 7 itself. Kani students, if the roots or if the tails are not the same, you simply cannot go for the simplification of the surds. For example, na daggara 2 root 6 plus 3 root 2 unte I cannot add them. So let's do one more thing, re baba. So let's say 3 root 5. Similarly, if I have 3 root 3 plus 2 root 5, the addition is Sarji, it is simply not possible. Enduku Sarji ante the roots are not the same. Ade. Let's take one case of subtraction also. 3 root 2 minus 3 root 3, idi kuda impossible, not possible. Enduku Sarji? Because the roots are not the same. Next, Hare Baba. So it should be root 3 plus root 2 divided by, no, array, it will not take divided by, okay. So let's take the different scenario. So fourth question lo, I'm telling you to find the value of root 3 plus root 2 plus root 18. 18 would be fine or 27 would be fine. So let's take root of 27 plus root 8. Next, my dear students, mensuration పై వస్తున్నారు. So we are talking something about the mensuration, and I believe now we are moving towards the heart of the chapter. Basic maths lo, if you are preparing for physics, you must be having the formulas for the volume, perimeter, area of various shapes. సో ఎక్కడ మనం పెరిమీటర్స్ గురించి మాట్లాడతాం. పెరిమీటర్ ఏంటి అంటే సార్, వాట్ ఎవర్ ద బౌండరీ ఆఫ్ ద కర్వ్ ఈజ్, యూ సింప్లీ టేక్ ద టోటల్ లెంత్ ఆఫ్ దట్ బౌండరీ. ఆ లెంత్కి మనం పెరిమీటర్ అనే పిలుస్తున్నారు. సో స్టూడెంట్స్, లెట్స్ స్టార్ట్ ఫ్రమ్ అ రెక్టాంగిల్. ఇమాజిన్ చేయండి, నా దగ్గర ఒక రెక్టాంగిల్ ఉంటే what is the perimeter of that rectangle? East side A and this side I am naming to be B. Total perimeter గురించి మాట్లాడాలంటే this is A and this is A becomes 2A, this B becomes 2B, so the total perimeter comes out to be 2 into A plus B. If at all I have a triangle, students, if same side is there, we call it as equilateral, not there, we call it as a general triangle. Perimeter is simply equals to A plus B plus C. Circle lo case lo, we have the radius is given R and the perimeter is simply equals to circumference of that circle, and that is equals to 2 pi R. Circular arc unte, we will be considering the central angle. Whatever the central angle it is making, radius is R, then we can simply say that the length or the perimeter of the circular arc is equals to R into theta, or you can also say theta divided by 360 into 2 pi R. Both are the same. Ardhamainda? Next, students, ఇప్పుడు మనం ఏరియా గురించి మాట్లాడతాం. సో స్టార్టింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ ద స్క్రాచ్, ఏరియా ఆఫ్ ద స్క్వేర్ మీరు అందరికీ తెలుసా కదా. సో నా దగ్గర ఒక స్క్వేర్ ఉంటే the side of the square would be A in both the sides, and I can simply say the area of the square is equals to A square. Rectangle unte sir ji, what is the area? Area of the rectangle has a simple formula, length is A, width is B, so area is equals to length into width, or you can say A into B. ఈ scenario circle unte the area of a circle ki formula em ostundi ante, you all remember the formula for the area of circle, that comes out to be pi r square, where r is the radius of circle. Triangle unte sir ji, na దగ్గర 2-3 వేరే formulas ఉంటాయి. So I'm talking about the general formula of the triangular area. You can simply say E side ku base piluste, this would become the height of the triangle. Every triangle has some base and height. If you know that base and height, you can simply say the area of the triangle is half into base into height. If the triangle is an equilateral triangle unte students, equilateral triangle lo all three sides are the same, and thus you can simply say area of the triangle is equals to root 3 by 4 into A squared. Let's come on the area of the sector of the circle. It is chala important, students. There are multiple questions in magnetism, in electrostatics, in gravitation, in center of mass, where you would be dealing with the area of the sector of the circle. So let's write about the area of the sector of the circle. Let's say the central angle is theta. E radius ki manam r pilustunnaru, and we can simply write the area of the sector of the circle is equals to theta divided by 360 into pi r squared. We can also write this 360 as 2 pi r kada, multiplied by, it comes out to be pi r square. You cancel this out and you will be left with theta into r square by 2. So this is the area of the sector of the circle. సో ఇది ఏరియా కదా. సరే, let's proceed students. Let's talk about the area of the cone. So when I'm talking about the area of cone, నా దగ్గర 2 రకాల ఏరియా ఉంటాయి. The first scenario where the cone is an open cone. Open cone అంటే తెలుసా మీకు? So if the cone is open, that means you can assume it as a birthday cap. కదా? So ఈ birthday cap లో you only have this area to be considered. So you can call this area is equals to pi into r into L. So it is for the open cone, okay? The example of this would be the birthday cap. Kani cone closed unte, you have to add one more area with you. So in the scenario, I have to calculate this area also. At the same time, naku ee area gurunchi I have to write it. So I can simply say area is equals to the curved area first of all. Modati time we are talking about the curved area, that is pi RL, and we are adding the area of base also to it. Common తీసి I left with pi r into L plus r. ఇదే closed cone ki area వస్తది. Once we are done with it, my dear students, we are going for the area of the cylinder. ఎక్కడ కూడా 2 రకాల cylinder ఉన్నాయి. Actually, you can say 3 type of cylinder or whatever you want to call. First scenario where the cylinder is simply open, and second scenario where your cylinder is completely packed. So open cylinder unte, you can simply say the area of that cylinder is only the curved surface area. Ide. So this is for the open cylinder. So you can say area is equals to 2 pi r into h. R enti sir ji, r is the radius of this cylinder. H enti ante, h is the height of this cylinder. Where scenario lo, if you have a closed cylinder, what would you say at that time? You can simply say if the cylinder is closed, I am interested about the total area of the cylinder, even the areas of the wall, and at the same time area of the base also. So na daggara 3 areas untundi. I have to add all 3 of them. I can simply say total area is equals to 2 into pi into RH, curved surface area, and rendu base ki areas untai kada. So you can simply say 2 times pi r square, where pi r square is the area of each base. Add cheste, you can take out 2 pi r common and you can write h plus r, where r ante, where r is the radius of the cylinder and where h is the height of the cylinder. So this was about the area of the cylinder. ఎప్పుడు స్టూడెంట్స్ మనం ఏరియా ఆఫ్ స్ఫియర్ అండ్ హెమిస్ఫియర్ గురించి మాట్లాడతాం. ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ అ స్ఫియర్, ఐ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ ప్రాబ్లమ్. ద స్ఫియర్ ఈజ్ అ కంప్లీట్లీ క్లోజ్డ్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్. యూ కెన్ సింప్లీ సే ఇఫ్ యూ జస్ట్ హ్యావ్ అ స్ఫియర్, the area could be written as 4 times pi r square, where r is the radius of this sphere. Kani hemisphere unte, I have 2 different cases. The first case is I have the open hemisphere. Inko case lo I have this closed hemisphere. Ade. Open hemisphere గురించి మాట్లాడాలంటే, if this is my hemisphere, only this part area I have to calculate. So sir, if the area of the complete sphere is 4 pi r square, area of the half sphere ఏమైతది? Half of the area of the total sphere. So you can say area is equals to half of total sphere ki area. It is 4 pi r square. Substitute cheste, you will be left with 2 pi r square. It is the area of the open hemisphere. Closed hemisphere గురించి చెప్పాలంటే you have to pack this hemisphere from each and every side కదా. So you have to add both the areas. This area is also there and this area is also there. Okay, so you can simply say this curved surface area is 2 pi r square and area of the base is simply equals to pi r square. So total area would be the addition of these two. So it would be 2 pi r squared plus pi r squared. That comes out to be 3 pi r squared. So either area of the closed hemisphere. అర్థమైందా అందరికీ? నెక్స్ట్ ఇప్పుడు స్టూడెంట్స్ వాల్యూమ్ గురించి మాట్లాడతాం. సో ఇనీషియలీ ఐ హ్యావ్ అ క్యూబ్ and each side of the cube, let's say it is equals to A. Volume of the cube ki formula ఏంటి? So simply sir ji, volume ఏంటి అంటే the amount of liquid or the amount of gas you can put into that given container would be called as the volume of the overall container. Simplified cheste, or you can simply substitute the value of the formula volume of cube is equals to A cube. So it is equals to side into side into side. Cuboid unte sirji, cuboid unte, you can do one thing. If it is a cuboid, in that scenario, let's say the side is A, let's say E side ku manam B pilustunnaru and the height of this cube or cuboid is C. Students, irregular shapes unte, you always remember the volume is always equals to area of base multiplied by height. So area of base enti sarji, area of base is a rectangle whose area is A into B. So area of base is A into B multiplied by height C undi kada, so you substitute. So the volume of cube could be written as A into B into C. In other words, you can also say the volume is equals to length of the cube times the breadth of the cube times the height of the cube. So this is all about the volume of the cube or cuboid. Ippade students, we will be talking about the volume of a sphere and hemisphere. So you can simply say volume of sphere is equals to 4 by 3 pi r cube, where r is the radius. Hemisphere unte ade, the volume gets reduced to half itself. So in case of hemisphere, this is my hemisphere and volume is half into volume of total sphere. So you can simply say half into 4 by 3 pi r cube. ఇప్పుడు సిలిండర్ గురించి చూద్దాం స్టూడెంట్స్. సో ఇఫ్ అట్ ఆల్ ఐ హ్యావ్ దిస్ సిలిండర్, యూ కెన్ సే దట్ వాల్యూమ్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్స్ టు, గుర్తుందా నేను ఎప్పుడు చెప్పినా కదా. సో ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ అన్యూజువల్ షేప్స్, యూ కెన్ సింప్లీ సే ద వాల్యూమ్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్స్ టు బేస్ ఏరియా మల్టిప్లైడ్ బై హైట్. So base area enti sarji, if the radius is r, the height is h, the base area is a circular area. So volume is equals to base area times the height. Base area enti sarji, it is simply equals to pi r square, height is h. So the volume of cylinder comes out to be pi r squared h. Next, volume of cone surgery, volume of cone. Observe change students. If at all I have a sphere, if at all I have a cylinder, I can fit 3 different cones into it. Example చూస్తే you observe this type of cones, okay? So you can say this is my first cone, this is my second cone, this is my third cone. ఈ మూడు కోన్స్ కు బయటికి తీసి if you arrange them in a proper way, you will be getting volume of each cone comes out to be the same one, and volume of cone is equals to 1 by 3 times volume of cylinder. So it comes out to be 1 by 3 into pi r square into h. R is the radius of the base and h is the height of the cone. So నా దగ్గర ఒక cone ఉంటే you can simply say the volume of that cone is equals to one by 3 pi r square into h. Okay? Students, ఇప్పుడు we will see something about the equations. Equations lo kuda we will be talking about linear equations in one variable. It's a simple part. So if at all I have a into x plus b is equals to c, ekkad nunchi I can say ax is equals to c minus b, x is equals to c minus b by a. Example, 2x plus 3 is equals to 4. You can say x is equals to 1 by 2 from this directly part, okay? Next, linear equations in two variables. To solve the linear equations in two variables, students, I will have a different approach. For example, if at all I have a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equals to 0, in the second equation, a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equals to 0. ఎలా solve చేయాలా? Let's take with an example. So నా దగ్గర ఒక question ఉంది. I have 2x plus 3y is equals to 6 and 3x plus 2y it is also equals to 5. So to solve this, students, you have to make the coefficient of either x or y, you have to make them the same. ఎలా same చేయాలంటే you multiply the coefficient of the first equation with the second equation and the coefficient of second with the first equation. So a scenario lo I will multiply 3x plus 2y is equals to 5 with 2, and I will multiply 2x plus 3y is equals to 6 with 3. Simplify cheyandi, you will be left with 6x plus 4y is equals to 10. Equation number 1 ochindi. Equation number 2 ku simplify cheste you will be left with 6x plus 9y is equals to 18. ఇప్పుడు స్టూడెంట్స్ ఈ రెండు ఈక్వేషన్స్ కి సబ్ట్రాక్ట్ చేయండి. సబ్ట్రాక్ట్ చేస్తే you will be left with 9y minus 4y is 5y is equals to 18 minus 10 is 8. సో ఇక్కడ నుంచి y కి వాల్యూ 8/5 వస్తుంది. ఈ వాల్యూకు in any one of the equation you put it and you try to calculate the value of x also. So ekkada nene 3x plus 2 into the value of y is coming out as 8 by 5. It is equals to 5. So from here I can write 3x plus 16 by 5 is equals to 5. Ekkad nunchi you can say 3x is equals to 5 minus 16 by 5. So it is 9 divided by 5 is 3x. The value of x comes out to be 9 by 15. So x ki value 9 by 15 ochindi, y ki value 8 by 5 ochindi. So this is how you solve the linear equations in two variables. Ippudu quadratic equations gurinchi maatladtam students. Quadratic equation ante the equation that has two different roots. So the general equation of quadratic equation or the general form looks something like this: ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0. ఈ equations ki roots ni చూసి you can simply say the value of the roots of this equation could be given by this formula minus b plus or minus root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Example తీసి let's say I have the value x square minus 5x plus 6 is equals to 0. Compare చేయండి ax square plus bx plus c తోనే you will be left with the value of a is 1, the value of b is minus 5 and the value of c is 6. సింప్లిఫై చేసి you will be left with x is equals to minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. b కి వాల్యూ అంటే negative 5 plus or minus root of b square అంటే 25 minus 4 into a is 1, c is 6 divided by 2 into a is also 1. Simplify చేస్తే you will be left with 5 plus or minus 25 minus 24 అంటే 1 అవుతుంది. ఇక్కడ you will be left with 2. In this scenario, it is either 5 plus 1 by 2 or it is either 5 minus 1 by 2. 5 plus 1 చేస్తే it is 3 and 5 minus 1 చేస్తే it is 2. So these are the two roots of the quadratic equation. I also have the other way to solve this quadratic equation, students. I can even go for factorization method. Kani factorization lo I have to find the numbers that match my given condition. For example, I have this question x square minus 3x plus 2 is equals to 0. In scenario lo I have to find two numbers whose addition is 3 and whose multiplication is 2. So 2 and 1 are the two numbers, kada? Okay, so let's simplify this. So it comes out to be x square minus e 3 ki place lo you can simply say 2 plus 1 into x, and e 2 ki place lo you can simply say 2 into 1 is equals to 0. Simplify chesi, you will left with x square minus 2x minus x plus 2 is equals to 0. Ekkad nunchi x ku common తీసేయండి, ekkad nunchi 1 common తీసేయండి, or minus 1 you can take also. So x ku common తీస్తే I will have x minus 2, and from here I am taking minus 1 common, I again have x minus 2 is equals to 0. ekkad nunchi x minus 2, ekkad nunchi x minus 2 common తీయండి, and you can simply write x minus 2 into x is remaining, and here minus 1 is remaining is equals to 0. The product of two numbers is 0, students. So either one of them should be equals to 0. So that means if I have x minus 2 into x minus 1 is equals to 0, I can say x minus 2 is equals to 0 or x minus 1 is equals to 0. Ela kuda rayochu. Now you can simply say the value of x is equals to 2 or the value of x is equals to 1. So students, these are the ways to solve a given quadratic equation. Okay. So now let's give you some homework. The question says something like this. Find the roots of the following. The first one, x plus 2y is equals to 6 and 2x minus y is equals to 3. The second one is x plus y is equals to 6, x minus y is equals to 2. Third question ante nenu ippudu quadratic equation istunanu. So let's say x square minus 3x plus 4 is equals to 0. Minus 8x plus 4 is equals to 0. Okay. Fourth one. X plus 2 whole square is equals to 6. And I'll be left with, let's say x square minus 6x plus 1 is equals to 0. Last question ante I'm giving you again the linear equations in two variables. 2x plus 3y is equals to 10 and x minus y is equals to 5. These are the 6 questions. Solve cheyandi as a homework one. Endukante your participation also matters a lot. Okay. నేనే సాల్వ్ చేస్తే అయిపోయిందా అలా కాదు. స్టూడెంట్స్, ఇప్పుడు విల్ సీ అబౌట్ ద ఫ్యాక్టరైజేషన్. హౌ వుడ్ యూ ఫ్యాక్టరైజ్ అ గివెన్ టర్మ్ పాలినామియల్స్, యూ కెన్ సింప్లీ సే. అబ్జర్వ్ చేయండి, ఇక్కడ ఐ హ్యావ్ దిస్ టర్మ్ ఎక్స్ క్యూబ్ ప్లస్ 2x స్క్వేర్ ప్లస్ 1 కదా. ఏం చేయాలా సర్జీ ఇప్పుడు? I have to factorize it. So to factorize, I am writing it as x cube plus x is 2x square lo I am writing something like this. So it is x square plus 1 kada. ఈ రెండు నుంచి you can take out x common, so you can simply say x square plus 1, and ఇక్కడ నుంచి you can simply take 1 common and you can say x square plus 1. So you can simply call it to be x square plus 1 into x plus 1. So this is how you factorize the given polynomial. Next, students, I want you to solve this question, okay? So let's say నా దగ్గర x square minus 6x plus 9 ఉంటుంది. The second question that I have is x square minus 17x plus 30. The third question that I have is x square minus 6x plus 8. You take it as a homework, okay? ఇప్పుడు we'll jump immediately. We'll do everything in a very quick way, okay, because time is also less. So let's talk about logarithm, students. So logarithm ante, it is a very powerful tool for us to talk about the values of something that we don't know. For example, na daggara ee equation undi. So if someone tells me, sir, x square is equals to 4, x ki value enti, I can simply tell you that in this scenario x square is equals to 4, so that means x is equals to either plus 2 or minus 2. కానీ ఇదే ఈక్వేషన్ కు రివర్స్ చేస్తే ఐఎమ్ గివింగ్ యూ దిస్ ఈక్వేషన్ నౌ. సో ఐఎమ్ టెలింగ్ యూ 2 to the power x is equals to 4. Now tell me the value of x. You don't know, right? We don't know the value of x. So to tackle or to handle this type of equations, the headache that these equations are giving me, we are using a tool known as logarithms. So students, observe cheyandi, logarithms lo na daggara koncham information undali. So what is the information ante, this should be the base of the equation, this should be the index of the equation. If you think, or if you are capturing this information, you can simply say the value of x is equals to, ekkada base student 2 kada, so ee answer lo kuda the base is always equals to the 2 itself, and you can simply write answer as 4. So idi x ki value ee equation nunchi ochindi. This is how you convert this indices form into logarithmic form and logarithmic form into the indices form, depending upon the situations. I am giving you one more equation, students. Let's say I have a 3 to the power x is equals to 10. ఈ సినారియోలో కూడా నాకు x కి వాల్యూ తెలియదు. So how would I do this? I will simply say, even in this scenario, observe చేయండి, బేస్ ఎంత, బేస్ అంటే 3, ఇండెక్స్ ఎంత, ఇండెక్స్ అంటే x. So you write the value of index x is equals to log of base ko base lo pettandi. So the base is 3 here, you can also write the base is 3, remaining number is 10 itself. Okay students, so let's do few more questions, okay, quick guy. So I can simply say I have 2 to the power x is equals to 5. In this scenario, x is equals to log of 5 to the base 2. Let's say I have 3 to the power x is equals to 2. So you can simply say x is equals to log of 2 to the base 3. Ade, ante kada. ఇప్పుడు స్టూడెంట్స్, వీ హ్యావ్ టు కన్వర్ట్ ద లాగరిథమిక్ ఫార్మ్ ఇంటూ ఇండైసెస్ ఫార్మ్. సో ఎలా కన్వర్ట్ చేయాలి కొంచెం అబ్జర్వ్ చేయండి. సో లెట్స్ ఇమాజిన్ ఐ హ్యావ్ అ లాగరిథమిక్ ఫార్మ్ అండ్ ఐఎమ్ టెల్లింగ్ యూ a is equals to log of b to the base c. ఎక్కడ బేస్కి అబ్జర్వ్ చేయండి, బేస్ ఎంత అంటే బేస్ ఇస్ c in this scenario. సో సింప్లీ ఈ cకి లిఫ్ట్ చేసి ఎక్కడ పెట్టండి. సో యూ కెన్ సింప్లీ సే బేస్ ఇస్ c, బేస్ ఇస్ c. This a comes out in the power now, so c to the power a is equals to b. Similarly, if at all I have 2 is equals to log of x to the base 3 to the base x, take this base, shift it over there. Come on, tell me. So I'll simply say x square is equals to 3. In that scenario, I can also say x is equals to plus or minus root 3. Ochinda kada? Okay, Sergi, let's do few more questions. So I'll say x is equals to log of 3 to the base 2. ఎక్కడి నుంచి స్టూడెంట్స్ ఈ బేస్కు తీసుకోండి, అక్కడ పెట్టండి. సో ఐ కెన్ సింప్లీ సే 2 to the power x is equals to 3 కదా. If at all I have y is equals to log of 10 to the base 5. Shift it over there, you can simply say 5 to the power y is equals to 10. If at all I have z is equals to log of 4 to the base 2. That means shift it over there, 2 to the power z is equals to 4. Kani students, 2 to the power 2 is 4 kada. So you can simply say z is equals to 2. Ardhamainda? Good. So you can also convert this logarithmic index to logarithmic form. We did it in the previous slide, okay? So you take some questions if you want. So I can simply say 3 to the power x is equals to 4. I can say 2 to the power z is equals to 10. Malli oka question ante 3 to the power x is equals to 12. Okay? You do it by yourself, okay? Homework page untundi kada? Okay, good, not there. Okay, so let's say 4 to the power y is equals to 10. And the last question you can say 5 to the power x is equals to 2. Eppudu students observe cheyandi. I do have some identities in logarithm also. You all want to be very good with these identities in logarithm so that your calculation gets simplified. Students observe cheyandi, logarithm has a huge base when it comes in units and dimensions. Errors and analysis, if you're talking about that chapter specifically, logarithm plays a very crucial role into it. So if you are not good with logarithms, me errors and analysis chapter guda, it will not get good at all. Understanding? Chalo. So let's say, Kani students, there is a condition, okate condition untundi. Whenever you are talking about logarithm, always remember that logarithm is only valid for positive numbers. Okay? Ippudu let's talk this identity. Let's talk about this identity. Em cheptundi identity ante log of a plus log of b is equals to log of a into b. So let's take some examples, students. So you can simply say log of 2 plus log of 3 could also be said as log of 2 into 3. Ante to this we can say log 6. So Sarji, na daggara one more question is there. So I can simply say log of 12 is equals to log of 6 into 2. Ante log 6 plus log 2 ostundi kada. So you can write this way also. Even if you want to simplify this 6, you can say log 6 is log 3 into 2 plus log 2. So you can say it is equals to log 3 plus log 2 plus log 2. So ekkada log 2 plus log 2 ante 2 times log 2 kada. So you can also say to be log of 3 plus 2 times of log of 2. So you can log of 12 ku ardham vachinda. Chalo, let's shift towards the next identity, logarithm Sarji. The next identity is very obvious to all of you kada. Log a minus log b is equals to log of a by b. For example, if at all I have log of 6 minus log of 3 should be equals to log of 6 by 3. Students observe cheyandi, the observation that I have made multiple times, students ekkada confuse avutundi ante they get confused in this term. See, log of a by b is equals to log of a minus log of b. So separate ga ravali ekkada. But what multiple students do, they simply assume or misassume log of a by b is equals to log of a minus b. These are not the same. It is the wrong answer. I'm telling you, wrong. Okay. So you can also say it comes out to be log of 6 by 3 ante log 2. So ekkad nunchi Sarji log of 6 minus log of 3 ku log of 2 guda rayochu. It's all up to you. The way you want, you can write it. Okay, chalo, good. Next, change of base formula. Students, whenever, okay, observe change ekkada. I did not write the base over here, kada? Here. So when the base is not written, it is generally assumed to be 10. So ekkada base is not written and it is assumed to be 10. Ekkada kuda the base is 10. Ekkada kuda the base is 10. Ekkada kuda base is 10. 10, 10 and 10 also. So whenever the base is missing, you can say the base is 10. Kani oka specific case lo, if the base is E. So E enti sarji, E it is an irrational number that lies between 2 and 3. You don't have to get much into it, okay? So you can simply say log A to the base E could be called as natural logarithm of A. ln A guda antaru. You can also call it as ln of A. Chalo, good sarji. Ippudu we'll shift towards the next one. So now we'll see about the change of base formula in logarithm. So what does the change of base formula says? So let's imagine na daggara log of b to the base undi. Kani I have to change the base from A. I don't like this number A at all. So you can simply introduce one more new base and you can say this is equals to log of b to the base c. Idi oka new base c. Here also you can write log of a to the base c. So ekkad nunchi students you can take out here multiplication and you can write right side as well. You can say log of b to the base c is equals to log of b to the base a into log of a to the base c. Idi kuda rayochu. So both are the same identities. Whichever you want to write, you can take it. Okay. Let's take a question based on this, right? Okay. So I can simply say log of 3 to the base 2 into log of 4 to the base 3. What can we write? Observe cheyandi. Base A untundi kada, ikkada A is there. Similarly, base 3 untundi kada, 3 is also there. So you can cancel out this A from both sides kada. You can simply say it will be log b to the base c. From here also you can simply say it would be coming log 4 to the base 2. So log 4 to the base 2 enta sir ji? Let's call this number log of 4 to the base 2 is equals to x. Ekkad nunchi index form lo convert cheyandi. Convert cheste em ostadi ante 2 to the power x is equals to 4 ostadi. ఈ ఈక్వేషన్స్ కి సొల్యూషన్ మీకు తెలుసా కదా? సో యూ కెన్ సింప్లీ సే x is equals to 2. సో డైరెక్ట్ రూట్ ఆఫ్ ఈక్వేషన్ ఏంటి అంటే log of 3 to the base 2 into log of 4 to the base 3. Direct answer for this is 2. You don't have to take it in logarithmic form, okay? Chalo, very good sir ji. ఇప్పుడు రే there is this one more identity, okay? So I can say na daggara log of a to the power m unte ee power lo m ki I am taking it outside of the logarithmic symbol, students. So I can simply write that is equals to m times of log a. Example చూసి నా దగ్గర log of 8 ఉంటే, remember if at all I am not writing the base of logarithm, that means the base is already assumed to be equal to 10. So ekkad nunchi you can say log of 8 ante log of 2 cube kada. ఈ 3 కు బయటికి తీస్తే you can say it is 3 times of log 2. అంతే. So log of 8 is simply equals to 3 times of log of 2. Okay, Sarji, now I am giving you few more homework questions. You write it, okay? Raskondi. The first question that I am giving you, Ray, color is not, I don't like the color, Ray. What should I do, Ray? Chalo. This is the good color. White color. Let's take the question. Log of 2 plus log of 2 plus log of 2 jagrata kara. Okay, so that is equals to log of x. Then the value of x to the power 2 by 3 is dash. ఈ క్వశ్చన్ లో మీ ఫ్రాక్షన్ కవర్ అయింది, మీ లాగరిథం కూడా కవర్ అయింది. Okay, next question students, you take it as the homework question. Okay, and whenever I am giving you homeworks, sincere ga homework cheyandi, because that is the only tool with which you will be getting grip over the concept. See, every teacher will rub himself, explaining all these concepts. Kani, if you're not absorbing the concepts into yourself, it's not coming to be any of the use. That is the reason why Nene has started this lecture from the very scratch of the lecture itself. Scratching the surface is something we are doing here. Okay. So the next question I'm writing over here, Baba. So I can simply say log of 2 to the base 3 into log of, should I write? What should I write? What should I write? 9. Kada? Find the value of it. Next question. So let's say log of 16 is equals to x into log of 2. Find the value of x. Ante. Ratio and proportion గురించి మాట్లాడాలంటే, let's say I have this value a by b is equals to c by d. From this, we are going to take the concept of componendo. In componendo, students, we usually take the addition in the numerator and keep the denominator as it is. So you can simply say, if a by b is equals to c by d, you can say a plus b by b should also be equals to c plus d by d. Ade. The best example to this would be 1 divided by 2 minus x is equals to 1 by 4. Or you can say x divided by 2 minus x. Do the componendo here, students. How should I do? Add both of them. So you can simply say x plus 2 minus x divided by 2 minus x is equals to 1 plus 4 by 4. This x gets cancelled. Ekkada nunchi I am writing 2 divided by 2 minus x is equals to 5 by 4. Cross multiply cheyandi. You will be left with 8 is equals to 10 minus 5x. From the scenario, you can say 5x is equals to 2 and you can say x is equals to 2 by 5. Ochina kada? Good. Dividendo. Dividendo enti sir? Dividendo lo you can simply say, if I have a fraction a by b is equals to c by d, you subtract in the numerator, then you can also say a minus b by b is equals to c minus d by d. Ade. Example for this would be x divided by 2 plus x should be equals to 1 by 7. Do the dividendo part, students. So you can say x minus 2 plus x divided by 2 plus x is equals to 1 minus 7 divided by 7. Simplify cheste, I'll be left with minus 2 divided by 2 plus x is equals to minus 6 by 7. This negative sign gets cancelled. 2 ones are 2, 2 threes are 6. You'll be left with 1 by 2 plus x is equals to 3 by 7. do the cross multiplication, you are left with 7 is equals to 3 into 2 plus x. So that becomes 6 plus 3x. Akkad nunchi you will be left with 1 is equals to 3x. So from this part, you can say x is equals to 1 by 3. Sure, we'll shift to the next part now. Invertendo. Invertendo lo enti ante, you can simply say if I have the ratio in which a by b is equals to c by d, then you can invert it. Ela invert cheyalante, you can say b by a is equals to d by c. That's it. So if you have 2 by 3 is equals to x by 4, or 4 by x rather, you should say like this. 4 by x. Do the invertendo, you can get 3 by 2 is equals to x by 4. Send this 4 into multiplication that side. You will be left with x is equals to 4 into in bracket 3 by 2. Simplify cheste, you will be getting the value of x as 6. Okay? Sure. Next, we are talking about the proportionality now. Students, if I am telling if two quantities are directly proportional to each other, ఒక t కు increase చేస్తే the other automatically gets increased also. So in that case, for example, let's say if a is directly proportional to b, you increase the value of a, automatically b ki value kuda increase vastundi. So you can simply say in this scenario, a is directly proportional to b. That means, what can you say? You can say a plus x is also directly proportional to b plus x. So you can write in this way also. Let's see this question, students. If the masses are doubled, what happens to the gravitational pull between them? Formula chudandi, I have given you the hint, F is equals to g m1 m2 by r squared. So let's say the original force Fo is equals to g times of m1 times of m2 divided by r squared. The only change that has been done in this question is the masses have been doubled, kada? If the masses are doubled. So in this scenario, force is directly proportional to m1 and force is directly proportional to m2. Instead of m1, if you are writing double the mass, so I'll get F is equals to 2m1. ఎక్కడ కూడా నేను F is equals to 2m2 రాస్తున్నారు. You compare this, you will be getting net force is directly proportional to 4m1 m2. So that means the initial force that was simply proportional to m1 m2, the new force has directly proportional to 4m1 m2. So you can simply say from this part, new force is equals to 4 times the original force. So this is the relationship between the two different forces. Okay. Let's talk about inversely proportional question. If the radius of the cylindrical resistor is doubled, the resistance will be dash. Take the hint, resistance is inversely proportional to area. So ante resistance is inversely proportional to area. Kani it is a cylindrical resistor, so area could also write as 1 upon pi r square, kada? So you can simply say resistance is proportional inversely to pi times of r squared. So you can also say from this is resistance is inversely proportional to the radius square. So you can write resistance 1 upon resistance 2 is equals to 1 over radius 1 squared divided by 1 over radius 2 whole squared. Do the same process. So you will be left with R2 upon R1 whole squared, where R is for resistance, R is for radius. So if the radius is doubled ante, the new radius is 2 times the original radius. So you can simply say original resistance by new resistance is equals to new resistance, new radius by original radius. Cancel cheyandi, you will be left with 4:1. So ante R1 by R2 is 4:1. So take the invertendo from this, you will be left with R2 by R1 is 1 by 4. Ante R2 is equals to R1 by 4. So the resistance decreases by a factor of 4 in this scenario, okay? Chalo. Let's take this question, students, and then we will be wrapping up this session, okay? Two resistors of resistance 100 ohm and 200 ohm are connected in parallel in a circuit. The ratio of the thermal energy developed in a given time is. This question NEET 2022 also it has been asked. So you can simply solve the resistor and you can go. Come on, tell me. Connected in parallel, kada? So what is the hint given to you? Heat is inversely proportional to radius, kada? Resistance. So you can simply say H1 by H2 should be equals to 1 by R1 divided by 1 by R2. Do the simplification and you will be left with R2 by R1. What is the value of R2 and what is the value of R1? So you can simply say H1 by H2 is equals to R2 by R1. So it is equals to 2 by 1. Okay, so this is the ratio of the heat developed in a given time. So now we are left with the graphs in calculus, students. Graph gurunche let's talk in the next session, okay? So I'm expecting all of you to have the whatever we have discussed. I'm expecting all of you to revise all of these things once. Okkasari revise cheste, you will be having a good idea of whatever we discussed. Then you can apply the same concepts in the next coming chapters also. So each chapter tarvata we are planning to move with the mechanics part mostly, and after that we can also plan to the electrodynamics part as well. Okay, so it was all for you, students, and it was really nice having this session with all of you. So we think we can end the session, okay?